Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT news, and plenty happening in the last 24 hours. A dramatic day on the timeline. There was some beef going down between a couple of players that we shall dive into. But also with all the 100T rumours, is it possible that Ethan managed to leak Derrek joining his team on stream last night? Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you were new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. On the verge of 13,000. Absolutely love to see it. Firstly, this just real quick on the TSM front. We believe, of course, they're changing up their roster. 7 might come in. You've got Corey and Rossi in the middle here. They're blowing out this guy's face, putting the sunglasses over him. So maybe there's something going on there. You'd imagine that some of these teams are making some serious moves, as of course are 100 Thieves. We'll talk about here in a second. Another region in general potentially making some moves is none other than the Japanese region. Very interesting report actually here from Bodog, saying according to sources, multiple Japanese organizations are currently looking at the possibility of importing Southeast Asian players to play in Japan for the next VCT qualifier. This also includes potential OCE players, Oceania region, receiving offers to play for Japanese organizations. Very interesting stuff, right? And he even goes on to reply, 3 major players from Thailand have been named to be practicing with these Japanese orgs. It does make you wonder, to be honest, when you see stuff like this, right? Like, if Japan as a region wants to become like a world-beating region, you've got to have talent from, you know, your own homegrown community, right, in that region, rather than just importing players. Like, I guess it can lead to a downfall of regions in general. They've been looking pretty good. They've obviously got some very solid talent, but you know, quite interesting that a lot of these organizations are looking elsewhere. Maybe it makes sense in the short term, but in the long term for the region, might not be the best idea. Definitely intrigued to your perspective on that one in the comment section below. We've got to talk about this drama then. So ban over at the Knights. I'm not exactly sure where this began or where it started from, but he got into a bit of a kerfuffle, to be honest, with Papa Smurf here, as you can see on the timeline. So, well, as he says, this guy had a few words to him during an online game they're playing. The guy then backed off, but you know, Ban wasn't willing to do that, as he says. People passively, aggressively threatening to do something IRL to you in a video game is the weirdest stuff. Yo, and Papa Smurf, you do live close to me. Maybe we can meet up sometime, because it really sounded like you want to, right? Just like, okay, we'll take this IRL, we'll, I don't know, have some sort of boxing match or something, or just brawl it out on the streets. Now, we've seen a lot of the YouTubers, right? They like to do the boxing matches nowadays to get some free cash. Maybe we can see that in the VALORANT scene as well. We get these 2 guys in a ring on the undercard. That could be pretty exciting stuff. He goes on to say, telling someone in a video game I live close to you, you can't tell me that's not intended to apply some kind of threat, right? So that's seemingly what Papa Smurf said to Ban. He was like, look, I live close to you, mate. I'm going to come and take you out or something. And, you know, it just sounds like a crazy person. So many weird people, he says. And then Papa Smurf comes in the reply. I believe he did a kind of initial tweet storm that then kind of got deleted. As he says, deleted tweets because I realize this is all childish and a waste of energy. Sucks Ban took this out of context and the wrong way, right? So he reckons that he didn't really intend it in this way. I roughly said, why do you act like this around people you might see in real life? I didn't say it aggressively at all, considering I was laughing. So this is what he reckons. Of course, there's always kind of 3 sides to a story. There's what one person says, or the other person says, and then the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. Still, I thought this was pretty spicy, all things considered. Like, it even says this, sorry while laughing and running you down, stop trolling my game because you can actually see me in real life someday. So that's what he believes he said. All right, well, Bang kind of perceived that to be somewhat different, but again, you can't go a day without some good old drama on the timeline in the Valorant community. This I thought was pretty funny from him, for essentially just to kind of round this stuff out. Valorant players talking big online versus IRL. We got the dogs barking at each other, and then as soon as the gate opens, then the dog just run away. They don't want to have anything to do with it, right? So yeah, they could do the tweet storming. Whether they actually meet up and settle the differences, that seems to me relatively unlikely. Let's talk about 100 Thieves then, because a couple of days ago, we saw the potential roster changes they might going to make. I think Hiko leaked what their plans might be. JC Starney gone. Bang, I thought he kind of almost implied was gone, but that seemingly is going to be staying there anyway. The core 3, it seems, is going to be Derrek, Bang, and Asana, and the other 2 very much up in the air. Hiko may well be gone. Wardell, who knows, maybe not. And then, of course, Ethan still may or may not be there. Right now, probably will still stay, just because the current information says there's no news about Ethan, which might imply, probably implies the status quo that he's still going to be there. Hiko might be getting ready for the content creator journey in this Twitch Rivals Fortnite tournament he played last night. But this right now is the rumor team of 3, with Derrek potentially coming in from the Rise Nation squad that just imploded. It probably wouldn't have exploded if they didn't have the whole investorship issue, right? They thought they were going to get bought out. It didn't happen. Rise Nation couldn't fulfill the same amount of contracts. But yeah, Bang and Asana, Derrek coming through. They need 2 more. Hiko may not be there anymore. But of course, Ethan, we expect maybe still will be there. To me, it would be pretty strange and surprising to get rid of both Hiko and Ethan given this situation. And a clip comes out last night, and like, there's a very decent chance that this kind of person who sent a friend request here to Ethan in this clip is someone who's just kind of made up an account called 100 Thieves Derrek and sent Ethan a friend request, being kind of a fake account. But there's maybe a possibility be that Derrek, knowing he's joining 100 Thieves, maybe has changed one of his names in game and sends Ethan a friend request, as you can see in the bottom left hand side, to potentially kickstart a friendship under this organization.
Looks like an idiot pulling out a shot.
Out of charges.
Looks like an idiot pulling out a shot.
Out of charges.
So Derrek was no doubt a fantastic player for Rise Nation, sober player of course for this team. If he does come into the 100 Thieves roster, I think it's a very sensible pickup. Of course, I believe Phased right now might be going after Superman and Poised, so like a lot of these organizations trying to give it a go. But we know that Rise Nation with Derrek were a phenomenal team last year. 100 Thieves looking to get a piece of the puzzle, and so yeah, maybe Ethan stays, maybe Hiko's gone. Of course, they still need a fifth player, like could it still be Wardell? Those are the questions, but yeah, the rumor has it right now, Hiko's probably going to be out of there. Of course, you guys can leave all your thoughts and all this type of stuff in the comment section below. Wanted to mention real quick the GameChangers going on right now as well from the Series 1 in North America. These are the top players. Mel with a 1.62. Some names on here I'm sure some of you guys know. Pterodactyl for the win. I remember her back in the day as well, playing CSGO and stuff. She has a 1.34, so awesome performances all across the board. But yeah, Mel on Cloud9 White. She's been certainly the player to watch of the stage so far. They make it all the way through. This is the closed qualifier as it went down, so the bracket that we kind of briefly looked at yesterday or a couple of days ago. These teams get through the kind of GSL style format groups, even though I guess it's more of a bracket play type thing. These are the teams that advance, and you know, they get all the way through to the main event, which looks like this. So beginning in a couple of days time, Cloud9 White, CLG Red, TSMX Dark Monkeys, Shopify Rebellion versus Version X, which is Version 1's female team, Gen.G Black and Dignitas. They'll battle out for kind of the winners of the North American VCT GameChangers. So pretty cool stuff, and of course just a couple of days, or I guess on the day that this concludes, on April the 10th, that's when Masters begins as well. So very exciting stuff right now in the Valorant world. This I also wanted to mention from Steel real quick. I thought it was pretty interesting, because I guess that, you know, some agents might be somewhat underpowered. Still, as of late, I've seen a fair bit of use of Brimstone, Breach, and Sage. There's not too many agents that you don't see at all in competitive play, but yeah, Steel reckons increasing their health to 125 HP could be an interesting idea for these particular agents. I think it would just make them way too strong, to be honest, like especially on pistol rounds and stuff, but you know, still, it is an interesting concept. If these agents were 125 HP and you could only buy like small shields or something, like it's never going to happen, but sometimes it's fun and interesting to think about some of these things that are at least proposed. This also from OpTic, just kind of as we close out the video right here, because his European account got banned. I believe they thought he was like smurfing or something, and because he's playing in Europe and usually a North American player, they were kind of confused what was going on. It got banned. We looked at it a couple of days ago. Thankfully though, it's all sorted out. Boys, we are back in business. The account has been unbanned, and yeah, more of me a ranked play on his stream last night, getting ready of course for Masters in just a few days time. OpTic getting out there. I believe Sideshow and Bren also kind of said they're in an undisclosed location right now, which is more than likely going to be Iceland for the upcoming event as well. Some disgusting shots here from Ye, no doubt, as you might well expect. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on the like button. Tell us the YouTube gods, it's a good video, and as like you should see it as well, and I've grown the competitive Valorant community. Thank you for watching as always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.
Köylü diye konuşmasına bak.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
I really am fantastic.
All right, bro. 3 in a row, dude. 13-11. It's
Here we
easy.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, how does Hiko have 8 deaths?
Offense side in their match history will take a month or so. So
all good.
It makes sense statistically. They're making a comeback right now, and we're seeing it come to fruition.
The fruits of the labor are suddenly paying off, like you said. They're making this map so extremely close between these two. So we're talking about before how Icebox has to be the domain. Although not as dominant.
Remedy, Saya player coming up from Garage, could actually save the guards behind just a little bit here. Needs to find a route, needs to find some space for these players to make their way out of long, and it doesn't work. Trent's only able to get one, and now it's a 1v3 for Saya player. It was only pistols that they had to deal with. Saya still dancing around this cage, down to 25 HP. Tripwire in his way too, dashing in.
No!
What is he doing? Saya player!
Funny.
So long.
I'm ulting.
One long.
Off
Long.
your feet!
Long. One more long. One short. Sorry, Hal.
One enemy remaining.
He's like backside.
Spike down A. Last player standing.